The highly anticipated cooking competition between the Joseon chefs and the Ming envoy cooks has finally arrived. And with it, the fate of both nations hangs in the balance. Ji-young is resolute and brimming with confidence, fully determined to claim victory in the competition. The competition spans 3 challenging rounds, with each team granted just 5 days to carefully select their dishes and prepare all the necessary ingredients. The first round challenges the chefs to create a meat dish unlike anything seen before. The key ingredient is common yet risky, as it can easily reveal a chef's true skill. If prepared well, using quality ingredients and sticking to the fundamentals, the dish can be a success. In this high-stakes competition, cooking is not just about flavor. It is a political act meant to showcase the distinct environment, culture, and climate of each chef's homeland. Inspired in the moment, Ji-young decides to craft a reimagined version of Boeuf bourguignon, a French classic known for its rich, wine-based sauce. In search of the perfect wine, Ji-young, with the help of Gilgum, locates a traditional Joseon grape wine made from wild grapes. However, the wild grapes lack sufficient sugar for fermentation. Unwilling to compromise, Ji-young improvises by fermenting a mix of rice and wild grapes, creating a wine that harks back to the Joseon era. With this homemade wine as her base, Ji-young adapts the braising technique for beef, combining the bold flavors of Boeuf bourguignon with the heartiness of Joseon-style braised ribs. The result is a dish that maximizes both texture and flavor, one that brings together Western culinary methods with traditional Korean techniques. The moment Ji-young sets the dish aflame, the crowd gasps in awe. Finally, Ji-young presents her creation, braised Boeuf bourguignon-style ribs in rice meru wine. Yihan lets Yugon try it first. He picks up a piece of the richly braised short rib, its surface gleaming under the Korean-style wine sauce, sparkling like a rare gem. He takes a bite, and the explosion of flavors and aromas instantly captivates him. When Yihan himself tries the dish, he is struck by the delicate balance of flavors. Each bite of the tender, melt-in-your-mouth beef allows the deep, nuanced flavors of the wine to wash over him, creating an experience that transcends mere food. It is as if the 4 seasons of Joseon and its entire terroir have been captured in a single dish. The taste evokes images of a fragrant flower garden in full bloom. Before the moment can settle, Tong Bak Rayong steps in, interrupting with a bold display of his own cooking prowess. Using a Chinese wok, he presents a stir-fried seasoned pork belly prepared with his signature mala sauce, mala xiangguo, a dish known for its intense, spicy flavors. Ji-young's heart sinks. This is, without a doubt, the worst possible match up for her. Yihan is immediately taken by Tong Bak Rayong's dish. He takes a bite of the spicy pork belly, and the electrifying flavor sends a shiver through his body. The intense, oily heat of the pork makes him almost forget the exquisite taste of Ji-young's dish. Ji-young feels a wave of nervousness, but when the first round ends in a tie, she breathes a sigh of relief. Noticing that Yihan seems a little unsettled afterward, she decides to offer an apology. However, Yihan reassures her, complimenting her performance and saying her dish was even more delicious, especially since he's not a fan of pork or spicy foods. The second round arrives, and the challenge is to prepare one another's signature dishes. Since it differs from the novel, where the theme is a noodle dish, Ji-young decides to cook something using the chili pepper powder she has. Especially in modern times, Chinese cuisine is widely known. Looking at Yugon's relaxed attitude, it's clear that the cooks he brought are familiar with Joseon dishes. In the novel, where Ji-young needs to cook a noodle dish, the second round ends in a tie again, despite her struggle to come up with a dish as her ingredients are sabotaged by Mokju, who wants Joseon to lose so she can get rid of Ji-young. Despite the result and Tong Bak Rayong's refined skills, everyone knows Ji-young could have won, because after eating her dish, Yugon starts to hiccup. He has the curious habit of hiccuping when surprised by something delicious. It's an honest, involuntary reaction, revealing that he's just tasted something truly exquisite. Now comes the final, decisive third round, where the theme is a soup dish featuring ginseng. The stakes could not be higher. Ji-young's life, as well as her ability to protect Joseon from humiliation, rests on this round. On the other side, Tathongbak Ryong's own future is on the line, as he must win to restore his once proud clan. Failure here could mean certain death at the hands of the merciless Yu Gon. For this round, Ji-young knows exactly what she needs: a pressure cooker. She realizes that the key to creating the most tender ginseng chicken soup, samgyetang, lies in reducing cooking time without sacrificing quality. But such a device does not yet exist in Joseon. Determined, Ji-young sketches out a blueprint for a scaled-down version of the pressure cooker. Ji-young also wants to gather some fresh ingredients, so she goes to ask Yi-han for permission to leave the palace. Yi-han offers to accompany her, but Changsun stops him, reminding him that, given the current situation with the Ming envoys, he must remain within the palace. Because of this, Yi-han grants Ji-young permission to go. However, since she can't travel alone, he assigns Song-jae to escort her. Before she departs, Ji-young assures Yi-han that she'll return soon. Yi-han then gives Song-jae a royal plaque, allowing him to mobilize horses and personnel if needed during their journey. Song-jae respectfully accepts and promises to return safely. Together, Ji-young and Song-jae set out on a journey to find Jang Chun-seng. Watching them leave, Yi-han remarks to Soo-hyuk that Ji-young and Song-ji might appear rather odd to others. When Soo-hyuk asks what he means, Yi-han says they look like a married couple. Soo-hyuk disagrees, saying they're more likely to be mistaken for siblings. Given their age difference, isn't that significant? Unwilling to accept that idea, Yi-han impulsively decides to join them, taking Soo-hyuk along with him. In the end, Yi-han and Soo-hyuk make a surprise appearance, choosing to join the journey to find Jang Chun-seng, the master craftsman capable of bringing the groundbreaking invention to life. As they struggle against time, particularly with the schemes of Prince Jason trying to thwart her efforts, Ji-young and her team finally return to the palace, with the pressure cooker just in time for the final round. Ji-young sets to work, preparing the most tender samgyetang ever conceived. When Yugon takes a bite, the powerful ginsenosides from the black ginseng flood his body, so concentrated that he feels a surge of strength unlike anything he's experienced before. Overwhelmed, he begins to hiccup uncontrollably once more. Meanwhile, Tathongbak Ryong presents his own extravagant dish, a luxurious blend of bird's nest, shark fin, and ginseng that has not undergone Korea's drying process. This deliberate exclusion of Joseon's traditional methods symbolizes the exclusion of Korean ginseng from the global stage, suggesting that Korean ginseng's rightful place lies in Chinese cuisine, not Joseon's. When the final results are revealed, Ji-young emerges victorious. Her triumph not only secures her survival, but also shields Yi-han and Joseon from disgrace, protecting the country's prized ginseng, a world-class luxury product that must not be lost. Coming up in the next episode, Ji-young faces off against the Ming envoy cooks, presenting dishes that truly showcase her skill as a chef in her bid to win the competition. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.